Hey guys, Dan from World of Mr. Grey back yet again on another Sunday on another debunking of ghost videos and the paranormal with logic. If you want to go to the first clip, go to this time right here. I've doved, is doved or dived? I don't know what the word is. I've dived deep into some of these videos today from Slapped Ham, by the way. This is a list comprised of Slapped Ham, Kellen Slapped Ham. And yeah, we'll see if we can see things. Well, I've seen some things. I've seen things. But first off, before we get into those, I had a question from a viewer and he sent me a link to a video. Where the hell has it gone? So this one was sent in by Tom Crawford. And he asks, what do you make of this one, World of Mr. Grey? The 2-minute and 2-second spot where a young boy appears to slightly levitate. Also note the expressions of fear, etc. on the families, which would seem to add the genuineness of the incident. Thanks. And he sent me a link to a video of a boy in Jamaica who seems to be dragged or pushed by an unknown force. I've seen this video quite a few times in the past, to be honest with you. I've never really looked close at it. And my first impressions when I saw the video, to be honest with you, was just, it's an agile boy. And I think by looking closer, he's very agile for a start. I think they're just trying to, I don't know, you know, the cameras, they got the news reporters in. His experience only lasted a month. And the story goes that it was one of his dead friends who came back and was messing around with him.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, the way he gets dragged about and what have you, and he's clearly not happy about it. His friend was a dick, right? But I genuinely think he was just an agile kid. The first part you'll see is him sitting in a chair. And for whatever reason, the light of the news reporter doesn't come on until they're ready to go. Ready to go. If you look closely, and I've slowed it down as well, in his legs are, say that's his feet. And have I got anything I can do as a chair? I haven't. Let's pretend that's the chair. And that's his feet, right? That's the chair. That's his feet. So he's sitting with his legs under like that. And just before he gets dragged, his feet go like that and then pushes. And you can see that. Watch the bottom of his feet. And you can clearly see that he pushes himself away. Now it's his mother interviewing him. So I don't know if his mother's in on it. Or his mother has seen him do this so many times, she's ready there to catch him. Because he just launches himself backwards. And his mother's there to catch him. So that's the first part. And then the second part, he's standing against the wall. Again, the reporter's light is out until they're ready to go. And instantly gets dragged across the floor. And first of all, his arms go up before his leg moves. So he's balancing himself. And it almost looks like he's being dragged, but I think he's using his one foot to sort of shuffle slightly and then just fall forward to the side. And for a perfect demonstration of that, I'll give you Cat from Red Dwarf.
My shadow. Oh, come on, boy. Walking down deep.
Do you see what I mean now? It's the old, what they call it, the what's his bloody name? What's his name? James Brown Shuffle. That's what he's doing. And then there's another video then with the same kid. I think it's like a month later or a couple of weeks later, and there's a pastor there trying to bless him or find out. And once again, now bear in mind, the kid is sitting forward, right? And nothing happens until, and you can see the kid sort of like sit up, like he's bored or something. And then the pastor says, "You're not doing anything, you're a coward, I don't believe you," or something. So then that you know, the pastor is supposedly challenging the poltergeist. But I think in the kid's mind, he thought, hang on, he's challenging me. He's challenging me here. I better do something. So instantly, his leg goes up. Almost looked like he's doing a back heel kick. Which, again, if you watch it in slow motion, his hands move first, which I have slowed it down. His hands move first, so you know you can't do anything like that without balancing yourself unless you got a really strong core, you know. But you have to balance yourself for, you know, movement of the hands when you do a kick. If you watch any martial artist do like a roundhouse kick or a back heel kick, you know, you see their hands move, not dancing, but it's because they're balancing themselves out before their legs can do the move. And then when he's on the floor, his leg goes up again. Again, it just looks like he's lifting his leg, and then he grabs something to beat the ghost away. So to me, that just looks like a very agile kid. Fooling the public. I don't know if his mother's in on it, or she's just seen him do it so many times that she's always there to grab him. You know, as a kid, you know, we all done stupid stuff when we were kids to try and fool people. I know I did. But yeah, I think it's just a very agile kid. I don't think it's a poltergeist. I don't think there's anything dragging him. All the movements look like he's pushing himself, or like I said, kicking himself. That's all there is to me. Right, so the first clip of the slapped ham is... I can't bloody remember where it's from. I should write these things down. Right, it's from a CCTV of a co-op in Whaley Bridge in the UK. Now, this was the first time I've seen this one, so I went frame by frame on this one. See, when people make these fake, or well, supposedly fake ghost videos, they don't count on nerds and geeks like me, who will go frame by frame, hours upon hours throughout the day to look at stuff. But that's how we see things. But anyway, the first thing I saw was the black mist which first comes in. Now, first of all, to be honest with you, I thought, right, it's something outside the window, but then I realised, no, hang on, it's not. It's a mist added in post. This is my opinion, but I've spotted a few things. I always say this is my opinion. I could be totally wrong, who knows. But anyway, there's a mist which I think has been added in post. And you can tell that because it's the reflection of the goods in the shelf in that window at the far left. It still shows the full reflection. It only dims them slightly. It's like as if there was a proper physical mist there. You wouldn't get that kind of effect, if you know what I mean. But, you know, that's that. And then as the mist, this is in the very first shot, by the way. I've highlighted the area you need to look at. As the mist goes forward, you can see like a black mark on that square where I've highlighted it. And where I think that is, that area, in order to create that mist effect, they've had to use a garbage mat or a mask to cut out the area where they want to put the mist. And obviously the part to the right of that is the proper footage. So they've cut that part out so they can add their own thing. You know, this is how you mask things out. You can do that in Adobe Premiere, in DaVinci Resolve. It's quite simple to do. But you garbage mat things out, mask them out, and then you replace it with your own footage with the effect in, and you got like usually a seamless effect. But that black mark there, it looks like the beginning of the mist when it first comes in. When it gets to that area, it's slightly poking out that little masked out line. And either they didn't notice or they just couldn't be bothered and thought, that'll do. That'll do! But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. And then the second thing I noticed, I was looking bloody... I could not see the strings on this fruit. And I thought, I can't see the strings. And I looked close and close. I was there for bloody ages trying to look. Those bloody strings. If there is, I don't know. Or if there's like maybe a pushing thing in the shelf. I think it's strings. But as the orange rolls past, you can see there's a black dot on the floor, which wobbles out of existence when the shadow of the orange goes past it. Now you could say the shadow is just blocking the thing out. It's clearly not that dark enough. It's dark. Don't forget, it's an infrared camera, but the shadow is not hard enough to block out that black spot. That's the first thing. But then even if it did, you would not have this black spot on the floor wobble. It's that orange, as big as it is not a black hole. It does not have the mass to be a black hole in order to bend light. It just doesn't happen. So that there means something has been masked out. I don't know what they were masking out. I don't know if they suddenly saw like a piece of string there and they thought, shit, get rid of it. I don't know. But there's definitely something being masked out when that orange goes past. Or more likely thinking about it now, it could be rotoscoped. Could be rotoscoped, the shadow and the orange, and then like a feathering effect on the edges to blend it seamlessly. But then you do get that effect with that black dot. You get that when that happens. So that's that. I should add, and this is always the case with CCTV stuff, that most of them, I think that timestamp is bollocks. I don't think that timestamp has anything to do with what's going on. I think that was added in post. It's very easy to add stuff like that in post. That's like a 2-second job. But that is absolute bullshit, that timestamp. And the reason I tell you that is because according to this CCTV, this all happens in a minute. And I don't think it does. Once again, that orange floating past the black mats warps out the white spot on the map. Once again, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. Unless something is being masked out. Right, this door. I've looked close at this door and there's a couple of things I noticed. And I could be wrong, but this is what it looks like to me. First of all, when it's shaking violently, the glass mirrored window, sometimes the rim of it doesn't quite move in time with the rest of the door. It could be a bendy door, I don't know, it could be that. But then there's a reflective strip on the left hand side, just opposite the door. I've highlighted it. I don't know what that strip is. I don't know if it's a piece of conduit hiding electrical wire, or if it's just a strip of mirror for whatever reason, I don't know. But I've highlighted it, and if you look at the bottom of the door, which is shaking quite violently, parts of it doesn't match up to the mirror, to the reflection. So, you got, that's the reflection, that's the door. So the door is going like that, and most of the time it's going like, when you watch it in full, normal speed, you don't notice. But when you slow it down, sometimes that is moving and that's not. And I don't know why they would mask. I'm assuming that it's because they've masked something out. They've put a mat, a garbage mat or something, to mask the door out. I don't know if there's someone there like that or something. I don't know. But the reflection doesn't add up to what the door is actually doing in parts of the video. And then you got this final part where it's supposed to be the shadow is leaving the store because he's done his thing. He's gone in there and shook some stuff. Why they do this stuff, I don't know. But it's just the same footage from the middle of the video, reversed. That's all it is. It's the exact same footage reversed. But again, like timestamp says, it's a minute later. That's bollocks. That is not a minute later. It's the same footage reversed. So I've reversed it myself back to normal, so you can see that they'll side by side. They exactly the same. So I call bollocks on that one. Right, this next one is, I can't remember where they said it was now. It was an old store in America somewhere, and there's two workers there, and it starts off, they say, should we go record that room? So I'm assuming they've heard something or pretended to have heard something, and they set the camera up there. So they leave it there. There's no cuts. There is one cut at the end for whatever reason. Maybe it's just because they took time to come back, but there's no cut in the beginning. So they leave the camera there, and within almost a minute things start happening. The dustpan falls over, which I have highlighted. I think I have. Yeah, so the dustpan falls over, and I've highlighted the sellotape on the box behind the dustpan. Again, does a little wobble. Now that kind of artifacting, like I keep saying, you don't get unless something is being masked out. You just don't get that. You do have artifacting on like low resolution cameras, but they are different to what happens there. And if that was the case, you'd get artifacting all over the screen. You wouldn't just get it in one tiny area like this is there. So something there is being masked out. Maybe, probably the string. So there's that. And then the door closes. Just on the bottom right, you see a little sheen. Now that it looks... Because if you see videos with similar effects, that is just the fishing wire they're using to close the door. It hits the light just right. There's a little glint of light coming off the fishing wire. Like, you know, this is a low resolution camera. So it's like slightly distorted, but that is just the fishing wire having a glint as it's being pulled as the door closes. That's all that is. And then they come back afterwards and they're like, oh, we should look at what we caught. Bollocks. And then the final video, I can't remember the bloody story of this one. This is the story from the original uploader, okay? He's put in the description, we had been having problems with people breaking into and vandalizing our shops, so we thought. So we set up several security cameras. This is what one of our cameras picked up. If you watch closely at the beginning, you will be able to see what we believe in is some type of spirit or ghost. Anybody know anything about this stuff? Let me know what you think. Could use some help. So he's saying also in the category is entertainment, so that might be a bit of a giveaway. But so he's saying that he set up security cameras. Now the very first second of this video, and I will try and enhance the audio, you can hear him push the button or his finger coming off the button to start the camera, and you can also hear like a sort of faint high-pitched whine or whirring sound, which I've looked her up, and I have a DSLR. I don't know if that's the DSLR. This was a couple of years ago. Maybe it is one of the older ones, but it's the image stabilization kicking in. When you start a video recording of some cameras, you'll hear a little like that, a faint sound, and that's the image stabilization kicking in. So that is exactly what you hear at the beginning of this. So there's not a security camera. He's actually physically there, pushing the button. And just after you hear those sounds, when I play it for you in a bit, you also hear this. I don't know if you're picking that up. It's like he pushes the camera and he just sits back and like, let's see what we can do. Unfortunately, the footage is so bloody blurry. I generally can't see any strings, but that doesn't mean they're not there. Because there's artifacting when the doors close. When one door closes, there's a section of that door where it's not the noise in the video stops. So, and again with the other door, when that closes, the noise in the video stops and it carries on in other parts of the video. So once again, that means something has been masked out. I'm assuming that they mask the doors out so someone can come in, close it, open it, whatever. Or, you know, whatever they're using, like a stick or a string. And then once the door closes, they can reinsert the original video, and that's why you see the noise stop, and then start, and then stop. And the wheelchair is just, you know, it's simply being pulled. That's all there is. Towards the camera, by the way, you know, to the person behind the camera. Again, I could be completely wrong about that. Because you can't see the strings. The footage is too bad. You cannot see any like strings or anything like that. But if you use logic and common sense, you can clearly see what's going on. And like I said, he's saying a security camera was set up. Yet you can hear him clicking the button or pulling off the button just after he's clicked it. The image stabilization kicking in and him scratching his wispy beard. So I call bollocks on that one. And that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You usually do. I'll be back again next Sunday. And like I keep bloody saying, I am eventually going to make another little small video. I don't know whether to make a video of reading all your comments out, whether they're bad or good. Or I don't know, or something else. I don't know. I got a few ideas. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I'm full of shit. Or if these videos are full of shit. I appreciate all comments. By the way, I've had to edit my ball lightning video now in the disclaimer to say that not once do I say ball lightning isn't real, because I'm still getting shitty comments saying ball lightning's real, idiots. I didn't say it wasn't. I just said the video was. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you're new to my channel, leave a sub. And yeah, that's it. I'm going. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.